Believe, written by Sally Pearson with Gullan, is Sally's inspirational story of aiming high and the road and determination required to become the best hurdler in the world. I chose Sally as the subject of this video as I believe her story is the clear display of what it takes to become an elite athlete and provides an insight into the delivery systems that assist her in helping Sally to reach her potential. Believe, published in 2013, provides a personal insight into her own journey from a grassroots athlete to an international star. The book highlights the variety of sport delivery systems that assisted in her success, including Athletics Australia and Little Athletics Queensland. In order to develop a clear understanding of the specific roles each individual delivery system made in contributing to Sally's success, it's important to have an understanding of what delivery systems are. Sport delivery systems are developed as pathways by key organisations that are aligned with the Australian government's sporting policies. These systems focus on administering and funding programs to assist with identifying talented athletes and developing them into international successes, such as Sally. The Australian Sporting Commission explains sport delivery systems as delivering key programs in line with the Australian Government sports policy objectives, providing financial support and other assistance to national sporting organisations to deliver participation in high performance results and improve their capability, sustainable and effectiveness, and build collaboration, alignment and effectiveness within the Australian sporting sector. It's important to examine and understand these systems in order to identify what it takes to develop an elite athlete in order to assist in continuing to develop these athletes like Sally so Australia can stay competitive on the international stage. This vodcast will go through Sally's journey to success at the 2012 Olympic Games in London by identifying and highlighting the key organisations that contributed to her success at each stage of her professional development. It will focus on the format of competition, the major competitions within the sport, and its organisational structure. Sally's sporting journey began at the age of 4 when her mother placed her in her first gymnastics class. But at the age of 7, her natural talent for the sport saw her selected for the elite squad, where she trained for up to 30 hours each week. Sally worked with trainers who focused on her skill development that would assist her in progressing from a grassroots level to competing at the New South Wales State Championships. It was as a result of the sport delivery systems provided by her local club in Sydney that assisted Sally to move through the ranks and become a state-level gymnast by the age of 10. Sally decided to cut back on gymnastics in order to pursue another one of her passions, running. Her athletic career began at grassroots level when she joined her Little Athletics club in Queensland in Helensville before swapping to Ashmore Little Athletics. It was the delivery systems provided by these local clubs that allowed Sally to take part in both the state and national championships in New South Wales at the age of 13. The exposure provided by these competitions allowed Sally to be identified by her first squad coach, Sharon Hannon, which would change Sally's professional life forever. The sport delivery systems provided throughout Sally's schooling life were central to her development. Clinics provided, such as when she had the opportunity to train with Great Britain team members, not only encouraged sport development, but also provided inspiration for continual participation. Another example of these opportunities provided through the school sport delivery system included Sally's opportunity to participate in her first national high school championships in Adelaide. By competing in these high-level competitions provided by these organisations, Sally was able to gain the relevant knowledge and skills that would be invaluable to her as she continued to develop into an elite athlete. Sally's first major breakthrough as an elite athlete came at just the age of 14 when she competed in the under-20s 100 metres at the Australian Championships in Brisbane. The event was run by Athletics Australia and used a single elimination tournament format, where only the fastest from each race progressed to the final, where placement was used to determine the winner. Sally took the title in 11.191 seconds, and as a result, key sporting organisation Athletics Australia took an interest in Sally, identifying her talent and potential to become. When determining what competition format to use, there are a number of influencing factors, including the type of sport, availability of referees, umpires and officials, and the time available for the tournament. The purpose of a competition, as stated in procedures for structuring and scheduling sport tournaments, is to determine the most successful participant. In an athletics competition, a single elimination format is most commonly used to effectively determine the successful participant. How this format works is the most fastest qualifier from each heat progresses through to the next round, the semi-final, and the same occurs again until 8 competitors are left to compete in the final. The fastest time in this final determines the winner of the event. This competition format is beneficial to sport development as only the best should win. Therefore, Sally was able to develop her own skills by challenging herself, as she was only competing against the best athletes around the world. By doing so, she was able to develop as an athlete and progress to become one of the world's top competitors. One of the key sporting organisations responsible for Sally's development as an elite athlete is Athletics Australia. Athletics Australia is the key organisation recognised by the Australian Olympic Committee, who are responsible for providing developmental pathways that result in producing elite track and field athletes. They work towards the encouragement and promotion of athletics in Australia and support athletes to ensure Australia is represented on the international stage for track and field. The structure of this organisation is demonstrated in the following diagram.
Athletics Australia is structured with a president, a vice president, and a CEO. It is split into different categories, including performance, participation, competition, communication, marketing, and finance and admin. Within each of these categories, there are roles including coaching administration, media manager, and participation manager. Each of these individuals collaboratively work together to provide an organisation and developmental pathway that allows athletes to achieve international success.
Athletics Australia has 6 key responsibilities as identified by CEO Dallas O'Brien. These include representing Australia athletics in international forums, adopting a whole of sport perspective, developing mechanisms to foster cooperation between stakeholders, lead the debate on key issues and coordinate the sport's response, guide and structure an effective high-performance system and assist in providing the necessary resources, and harness the community's passion for athletics and direct it to optimum effect. Athletics Australia is a key player in the successful career of Sally by placing her in an environment surrounded by people at the top of the field, including sports scientists and psychologists. Through their talent identification process, Sally was identified for her potential as an elite athlete and encouraged to start a professional career at only the age of 14. Thanks to Athletics Australia, Sally now had the opportunity to begin competing in international competitions, including the World Youth Championships and the World Championships. It was through competing in these competitions Sally was recognised on the world stage and became an internationally ranked athlete. Allowed Sally to maximise her potential by ensuring she had access to the best possible environment to develop her skills and reach her full potential. Little Athletics Australia did this by providing her with the opportunity to develop the fundamental skills required to perform the sport through her local clubs. The organisation also helped her advance by providing her with competitions such as state and nationals to compete against the top competitors around the country. The elimination competition allowed Sally to be identified as having potential, allowing her to advance from a grassroots level. The sport delivery systems provided by Athletics Australia was fundamental in Sally's development as an athlete, as it allowed her to maximise her potential. As a part of the organisation, Sally was surrounded by a team of individuals who would assist in her skill development and understanding of what it takes to become an elite athlete. Sally's manager, Robert Jesco, was responsible in assisting Sally by showing her how to handle media pressure and being identified as an elite athlete and a national sporting star. Sally also worked with Athletics Australia's team doctor, Tim Barber, assisting in rehabilitation and management of injuries. Another critical member of the team was her sports psychologist, who assisted Sally in overcoming any mental barriers that may have limited her ability to perform at her best. Sally's success came as a result of a collaborative approach that allowed her to stay motivated and focused on her goals, becoming an Olympic champion. The following diagram represents the sport developmental pathway Sally took that allowed her to advance from a grassroots athlete to become an international success.
At local level, participation includes little athletic centres and school, and competitions are through centres, zone comps, and school carnivals. At state level, training includes clinics, state development squads and coaches, and competitions are through state and all-school championships. At national level, training includes national developmental squads and coaches, and competitions are the Australian Open, Little Athletics, All Schools, and the National Circuit. At international level, training includes Athletics Australia, the Australian Institute of Sport, and specialist or national coaches. And the competitions include Olympics, Commonwealth Games, the IAAF World Youth and Junior Championships, and the Diamond League.
Sally's road to London in 2012 included a number of significant achievements along the way that prepared her both physically and mentally for the intense competition she faced at the Olympic Games. These achievements include
2003, gold at the World Youth Championships, 2006, bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games, 2008, silver at the Beijing Olympics, 2010, gold at the Continental Cup and the Commonwealth Games, 2011, gold at the World Championships, and 2012, gold at the London Olympic Games, making her the world champion.
After an already impressive career, Sally wrote herself into the history books once again, finishing first at the Olympic Games in London in 2012 in an Olympic record-breaking time. This was an achievement that came as a result of the sport delivery pathway Sally started at only the age of 14, allowing her to continue to develop her skills and technique to become the #1 hurdler. Sport development, as defined by Collins from the book Sport Management in Australia, is a process whereby effective opportunities, processes, systems, structures are set up to enable and encourage people in all particular groups and areas to take part in sport for recreation or to improve their performance to whatever level they desire. Little Athletics Queensland is an example of a key organisation contributing to Sally's success that focuses on sport development. Through the program systems offered by her local athletics club, Sally was successfully given the opportunity to take part in the sport and improve to her desired performance level, competing on both national and international stages. This contributed to her success as it allowed her to continue to develop as an athlete and continue to participate. The goal of sport development is to continue to increase the number of participants at each level of the participation pyramid to increase the potential for the development of elite athletes. Little Athletics Queensland successfully worked in combination with Athletics Australia, providing Sally with the pathway to work towards achieving this goal. This was done by providing her with the opportunity to compete and develop as an elite athlete until she reached a level to become competitive on the international stage. The structure of this organisation allowed her to be in an environment and surrounded by people who could provide her with the support she needed to succeed. These organisations were successful in providing Sally with pathways to participate as well as enable her to reach her optimal performance level. In particular, Sally's success can be contributed to the development of a sport delivery pathway system by Athletics Australia. The aim of the strategic plan is to provide appropriate opportunities, experiences, and performance management at each level of the program so that if an athlete progresses in the sport, they are prepared to succeed at the highest level. Through reading this book, it is clear that the author, Sally herself, has an understanding of the delivery systems required to become an international elite athlete. By reading through her achievements from a grassroots athlete through to becoming Athlete of the Year, you can highlight where different organisations have come into play, assisting her in achieving her success. However, the author is not clear in providing specific details on how each organisation and sport delivery system was able to specifically contribute to her personal success. Through the analysis of this book, I have been able to extend my own knowledge of the sport delivery systems, in particular the pathways to become an elite track and field athlete. I understand that it requires a large team of individuals working collaboratively together, providing an athlete with an optimal environment in order to achieve success. In particular, the strong role that Athletics Australia provides in fostering talented athletes and assisting them by providing the resources to help them develop and reach their personal best. By looking at Sally's success since the age of 14, it is clear that the systems used by both Little Athletics Queensland, Little Athletics Australia, and Athletics Australia is highly successful in achieving the goals of sport development, increasing Australia's potential to have successful athletes on the international stage. In conclusion, this vodcast has identified and analysed the success of sport delivery systems in assisting athlete Sally Pearson in becoming the #1 hurdler in the world. Through an analysis of her biography, believe individual organisations, including Athletics Australia and Little Athletics Australia, have been identified as providing successful sport delivery systems that provide the ideal environment to lead to Sally's success on the international stage. Sally's development as an athlete allowed her to move from the grassroots level through to an elite athlete, achieving the goals of sport development. The assistance of sport delivery systems were an essential element in assisting Sally in maximising her potential and becoming a part of Australia's history as one of the top Australian female track and field athletes.